money.
Oh, they have a house. They're retired. They have 1.5 mil in the bank. They should be doing fine. No, they're like children.
Movies.
Resurrection was god-awful. I mean, you knew it would be when Michael Myers got his butt kicked by Busta Rhymes.
Cool.
Politics.
Republican Walmart shirts that say, I was born in November. I was born on a Monday. And if you don't like that, you can f*** off.
Yeah.
Advice for men.
There's a guy who proposed at a restaurant, and I was like, please reject him.
Oh.
That would brighten my day so much.
Sex.
Just do it rough.
Sounds great to me.
Sounds really good to me.
This is LARKTOPIA Faction.
Because whoever does the there's only two horror movie trailer guys, and there was a more traditional, real deep 90s type voice, and then there's the guy that does the as above so below.
Yeah.
As above, so below.
In a world.
Yeah, the Lazarus Project. If you you remember Lazarus, he rose from the dead, and now that's the plot of my movie, The Lazarus Project. Okay.
Jesus shouted, Lazarus, come out, and the dead man came out.
Let's see. As above, so below. It's just such a complicated title.
Yeah.
And
Not as much as the house with the clock in its walls.
House with a Clock in Its Walls.
Yes, that's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
But no, I know who you're talking about. I mean, they used to also have Peter Cullen there, but I don't think they have him doing that anymore.
Right. Well, movie trailers they don't even have a voiceover guy anymore for all of them.
Not since what was his name again?
Don LaFontaine.
Yeah, not since he passed away.
It was him and two other guys.
I mean, sometimes you'll see that guy from Honest Trailers who I am
yeah.
on record saying not a fan, especially with his Optimus Prime portrayals on commercials and stuff.
He's got it's funny, some guys have he has a bullfrog throat that gives him his voice is bouncing around in his big toad throat. and what he does with his lips, he looks gross when he's reading.
No, he does.
But he does that. He's almost mimicking the classic movie voices.
That's all he does. I mean,
yeah.
Him or the guy from Dragon Ball Z, Kyle Hubert, I think is how you say his name. Who was next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Endless screaming happens.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan's muscles erupt with his newly bridled power.
You'll see people actual honest-to-God idiots that are going to come into your restaurant, and they'll be a ridiculous character, and they won't even be aware of it. And you can do a lot of research of just because regular people are the weirdest cartoon characters.
That's true.
They're the best actors, and they don't even know it.
Yeah, like my manager Kyle. This is honestly what he talked like all the time.
Is that creepy? There's people, but he's not even aware.
No, he's not.
That creepy, right?
No, he knows how calm his voice is, but it's still
yeah,
he doesn't know. It's
they're confidently creepy.
One of my managers, he hums 24/7. I swear he'll hum in his sleep too. He's never not humming. If you'll ask for him something hey, could you get help with this, or how do I do this? He'll look at you and hum for a second while looking at you. It's really weird. He's a very interesting person.
Yeah, he's probably humming, at inappropriate times. That's got to be annoying. Not that annoying.
It's not annoying. It's kind of funny because he'll be there'll be some person who's really angry and asks to speak to a manager. He'll come up and they're yelling at him. He'll be humming while they're yelling at him.
Right.
It's he just doesn't give a shit. It's kind of funny.
You could say who hums at work is people that work on chain gangs, and that's sort of what working here is like.
dig it, I'll dig it. Waving at the Pope there, boss.
Right. Just that old lasagna, bringing those breadsticks to the table.
That marinara that tastes so good.
Yeah. Stiff me on the tip again.
We had a dude who had a $400 order and gave us $2 for a tip.
Wow, what a cheapskate.
Right?
See, the low tip is worse than no tip. It's more insulting, right?
Yeah, it's you could have just given me nothing, but you considered giving us something. You gave us $2, and it's you ordered
11 cents on a car once.
Oh.
And it was a car like this. It was a BMW. I mean, it was granted it was a soccer mom. It was like one of those BMW SUV things, but it's like don't tip me at all if you're just gonna give me like 11
coins.
cents.
No, the coins are trash.
I mean, this was back when I was working day shift, so I would give it to. Here's a classic character, my old hot dog lady, Sophie. It's funny because she always spoke through the side of her mouth.
You have a hot dog lady?
Yeah, she used to like sell us hot dogs at work.
Okay.
She'd always be like, "Hey, Lucia, you're my best customer.
Yeah.
I give you credit if you have no money."
Okay.
She's kind of got like a stereotypical New York accent.
No, like Russian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I found out my name's Lucia in
Lucia.
Russian. Hey, Lucia, you're my best customer. You only want to come visit me.
It's actually kind of a cool name. I like that. Lucia.
Yeah, I think the top 10 like characters I've come up with are real people. They're just impersonations of real people. One of them is this old guy that lives in this neighborhood actually, and he's just this proud. He's proud, tubby, alcoholic guy. It's just matter of fact about everything. We went to the Rockies game, and we sat in behind third plate, and I ordered a beer. And he came up to me and said, "We have Bud Light." And I said, "Do I look like a pansy boy to you?" Huh? But they're serious. They're being serious.
Yeah, you have a character right there, and that dude doesn't even know it.
He doesn't even know it. He's like this proud, just he's just, I'm the dick in the room. That's their philosophy.
Does he live across the street from?
Not in our street,
Okay.
but in the condos. But they have a home in Arizona. They go back and forth too.
Yeah,
So.
Okay.
It's like Mike Judge when he created Hank Hill. He based Hank Hill and the neighbor from Beavis and Butthead off guys he knew growing up.
Oh,
Yep.
Bobby.
Yep.
God damn it, Bobby! I told you to quit whacking
Oh,
off
come
on
on,
that
come on,
bullshit.
Dad. Come on, Dad. I
No,
told you I won't do nothing
I will
wrong.
take my belt off and I will give you a
Oh, come
whooping,
on.
something fierce.
Don't hit me, Dad. Don't hit me. I didn't do nothing wrong.
I have no son. You use that bastard you use that bastard charcoal in my house again, boy, I'm gonna disown you.
I like King of the Hill. It's a fun cartoon.
It is.
It's great to
It
fall
deserves
asleep to.
a rewatch.
Mhm.
That one actually does.
Yeah.
I watched it as a kid, like when I was up and I shouldn't be, and I just it was just kind of relaxing, even though I didn't really know what was happening.
Yeah,
but
it's
now
kinda
I
relaxing.
actually enjoy it now.
Right.
It's a lot of the animes I grew up watching because I would just stay up and watch Adult Swim or Toonami.
There was this phase of girls and guys who would put South Park on as they fell asleep or Family Guy. And if it was Family Guy, this was typically girls who wanted to watch Family Guy while falling asleep. And I would say, while I'm here, we need to turn that crap off. Because I will literally stab myself if we have Family Guy on while I'm trying to rest. Just because it was so incessantly neurotic. But it's comfort. That's comfort. For some reason, it's like brain candy. It's like I have to listen to a podcast tonight. I can't listen to Simpsons or anything like that.
Yeah.
Falling asleep.
I mean, the only movie that puts me to sleep because of how boring it is Mothman Prophecies with Richard Gere.
Oh, you like that? No, it's a good sleeping movie.
It's
I actually
just,
like that one.
It's just so boring. It's like if you want to make it breaks every cardinal rule of making a monster movie.
What?
You see the monster full body in the first 10 minutes. It's a really bad effect. It looks like some high schooler kid could have done that in Photoshop. I mean, back then it was like a lot of money and stuff like that. And
it was like really early CGI.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie, you don't see the monster. It's just everybody talking about the monster.
That was annoying.
I was
that's
like,
right.
Okay, you keep talking about this Mothman. Oh, wait, now you're calling it Indrid Cold, which is another monster? It's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be like a noir-style film, or do you want to be a monster film? It's called The Mothman Prophecies. I want to see Mothman. Like, even the crappy sci-fi movie, at least it gave me that.
Yeah, the Mothman never reappeared the whole time.
You see an outline of him.
Right.
And
You
some
saw a
people say
drawing of him.
you can kind of see like him in like a split second of like a reflection. It's like, oh, there he is. It's
Okay.
like, show me the monster. Don't just talk about
Did
the damn thing.
Mothman call Richard Gere in that hotel room?
Yeah, he did.
He used a phone.
Yeah, and he was like calling himself Indrid Cold, which is another monster. I mean, that's like
I see.
another reason why I don't like the Peter Jackson King Kong. It's like an hour before we even see King Kong, and even though it's just a giant gorilla, Kong's not just a giant gorilla. He's his own thing.
Okay.
It's like, if you want to know what you want to be, if you're going to make a film. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't chilling by any means.
no,
Let's
just
put it that
boring.
way.
And it's got good actors in it. I mean, Will Patton's always a delight in everything he's in.
What's the most messed up movie?
Messed up as in like
You've seen.
disturbing.
Yeah. Like,
Tusk.
I saw Tusk. Yeah. That was very unsettling.
Oh, what's it called?
Tusk or Terrifier, that was another.
It was like an I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like an early 2000s movie. It's fucking horrifying. I don't know why I watched the whole thing. It was like, it was called like The Witness or something. I guess the plot was like there's this like secret society of rich people that would like kidnap and torture girls, so they would experience so much pain they'd see what the afterlife looks like, or something. It was really gross.
Uh-huh.
It was a weird movie, but that was actually like genuinely hard to watch.
It wasn't from the It wasn't. No, that's.
I think it was like 2006 or 9 or something.
Oh, that's more. That's later.
What's it called?
I
It
don't
was
remember
I can't remember.
Okay.
It was really disturbing.
Yeah.
Like I like kind of like dark twisted stuff, but that was like a little too much. You know what I mean? It's like watching like an hour-long live leak video.
Wow.
It was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the scariest movies I saw was it was a Japanese movie about the guy would receive a newspaper from the day after, from the next day, and it would be like who got murdered that day, and then he would try and stop the murder from happening, but he never could. And it was some of those Japanese films are pretty fucked up.
Yeah, they are.
To say
And
the
they
least.
water them down here in America, like The Grudge
Right.
and The Ring.
They've gotten horror
Right.
down really well there. Like Japanese horror movies are really
Oh my god.
scary.
Yeah.
Our horror movies are really just cheesy and stupid most of the time, but
The
like
only ones that legitimately scare me is The Conjurings. Not Annabelle, not La Llorona, not The Nun, just The Conjurings. I mean,
I saw a recent Conjuring with The Nun.
that was number 2.
It's weird how the crossover of comedy and horror is like, what if that's like the new thing, that horror is comedy is the new horror?
I mean,
That sounds,
Comedy?
I don't even know what I'm saying with that.
no.
but
Like, comedy can lend itself really well to horror, like whether it be a parody or you have to be smart about it. Is kind of what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
mm-mm.
no.
So that one is basically you have these two hillbillies played by Tyler Labine, I think that's how you say his name, and Alan Tudyk. They're honest, hardworking guys. They're very likable, and they come across these college kids when the college kids are on spring break, and Tucker and Dale are on their way to their summer home, which is a old cabin in the woods that looks kind of creepy, and also apparently some murders happen there, but they don't know about it. They're too dumb to care.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, in that film, the college kids are the bad guys, and Tucker and Dale are legitimately the good guys.
Mm.
The only reason they're being thought of as bad guys is because these college kids are so stupid that they accidentally kill themselves. Like, one jumps into a wood chipper, one impales himself through the stomach,
Yeah.
one's messing with a gun, and he doesn't realize that the safety's on, he actually shoots himself in the head.
Nice.
And Tucker and Dale are just freaking out because they're like, these college kids are like trying to do a suicide pact. At least that's what they're thinking.
He was
is going on.
spinning the gun on the finger.
No, he's not spinning it. He's like trying to fire, and then the safety's on, and Dale's like, "Oh, you gotta take the safety." I was like, "Don't tell him that!" And then he just shoots himself in the head because he's like playing with it, looking down the barrel.
This is what happens in Baltimore every day. Spinning a revolver like a cowboy on his finger, and it just goes off and like hits the wall, but it was like near the infant.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the way the story was told to me was the girl was like, "Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know, stuff happened." I'm like,
Nice.
"That's like Darwinian. Do you not see that?" I was trying to explain, and she was like, "That's life. Okay, that's life here.
It just happens.
That's." I'm like, "Okay."
That's gonna be an interesting kid when he grows up.
It's an
That's a whole nother that's you'll find that the girl stories will align with the money stories and the career stories.
How do you mean?
Too.
In life, you know, there's assets and there's liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard to be in a relationship that's an asset for a while, because they're almost always liabilities.
Oh yeah.
Damn it, Janet. What'd I say about that chicken? It's dry. Oh, you give me that look. You're gonna give me that look tonight. And I was recording it, and I could like hear murmurs in the wall. I was like, oh, I gotta stop that. Someone's gonna call like, what's the abuse hotline?
Yeah.
1-800-ABUSE. So yeah.
You're recording one day, some police dude shows up. It's like, we've gotten a report that we hear some yelling.
Sounds
over
like
here.
you got 9 people living in here. Is that so?
No, I just have a split personality.
Right.
Goodbye.
Right. And then you end up being what's his face?
Hospitalized.
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Split. You talking about that movie?
Is that what it was? It was just called Split? I was thinking of Splice. Split, yeah.
Yeah.
Which he was touted as, you know, being this. It's a great role of him being 9 different people or whatever.
I don't know.
It's like Ghostbusters. They'll memory hole it, and then they'll be like, "Here's some."
That one never happened.
Right. It's
Halloween does that all the time.
uh-huh.
Because Halloween has had like 3 separate timelines. Because you have Halloween 1 and 2, which were considered canon, like mainstay for the longest time. 3 nobody cares about, so that doesn't count.
Yep.
4, 5, and 6 was its own trilogy. The Thorn trilogy is what it was called. But after 6 was a colossal disaster. Then you have H2O and Resurrection. H2O started off promising. Resurrection was god-awful. I mean, you knew it would be when Michael Myers got his butt kicked by Busta Rhymes.
Cool.
And then Rob Zombie's, nobody cared about. I mean, people thought it was decent at best, but it wasn't that good. Even John Carpenter kind of hated it.
Yeah.
And now you have the new series, which is taking things back to its root and it's saying, oh yeah, Halloween 2, that one never happened. So this new Halloween, 2018, that's Halloween 2.
Nice. It's kind of like the same thing with Friday the 13th. There's like a million of those movies now.
Or they'll reset what. Yeah.
A lot of properties are starting to do that. I mean, there's talks that they're going to bring back Peter Weller as RoboCop and do a proper sequel to the first RoboCop, and there was
weird.
talking about doing that with Conan for the longest time. Like doing
Yeah.
a new Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger again.
These guys are a little too old now, for sure.
Unrelated,
yeah, I mean,
but I
look
thought
at-
that was a pig for a second. I'm not gonna
Yeah, it looks
lie.
like a.
Yeah, it does look like a pig.
It does. You sure it's not?
That's why I was like leaning into
Oh,
No,
no.
it's
Okay.
not a
Yeah.
pig.
Okay, not a pig.
No, but look at the last Terminator movie.
I didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it. I mean, yeah, you got Linda Hamilton back, but it's like, she's old as heck. I don't think a badass gun-toting granny, I mean, that's already been done to death, and a lot funnier. The fact that they're taking it so seriously, and they blatantly disrespect the series by killing off John Connor 5 minutes into the movie. You tout him as the savior of humanity, and then you just kill him off?
Right. I mean, there's some genuinely like live cringe footage of things that happen, which I can't watch.
I love cringe.
But if it's, I'll be in a morbid mood and I'll watch cringe compilation.
I do too. I do that
Like
all the
somebody
time.
singing the national anthem and falling down on the ice skates. That girl. Oh, and my favorite Schadenfreude incident is failed marriage proposals done in public.
Ooh, those
Oh.
are painful.
The guy, I love those because the guy sets up the halftime at the basketball game and drops down when this has been the happiest 3 weeks of my life and I'm ready to do it. You want to get married?
I really can't imagine doing that. You know, that's under pressure, isn't it?
Well, whatever you did worked because you're still married. How many years?
40 years.
40 years. So I think people ought to be asking you
Well,
how to do it.
well, I tell you, if I'd have did it that way, I wouldn't have got. She'd have probably need me while I'm down there. But
You know what? I'm just waiting once for the gal to say no. Okay. And,
Yeah.
You know that would be.
but she has to say yes there. She may say no as soon as they walk off the court.
I think she's saying I can't do it right now.
So I really do like you a lot, but let's just be friends.
Wow, look at this. Wow. Well, How do you like that? Well, I was just joking when I said that. You know that, right?
Yeah, well, boy, that young man probably get over it in.
Look around at a stadium full of 10,000 people and say,
All eyes are on her.
yes, and get him backstage and go, are you insane?
Yeah.
I just saved your ass anyway. But no, the answer is no, and I saved your ass from humiliation. Usually, though, they don't do that. They go the honest route, and they go,
And they
start
just, like,
doing
walk
that,
away.
and they're shaking, and they run. That's almost always what happens.
Oh yeah,
It's like it triggers a
embarrassing.
fight or flight response, and they
And
bolt.
the guy deserves, the guy does deserve that.
Absolutely.
If he gets that. I would choose the covert way and then say, you owe me, like, you know. So we both got saved the embarrassment. Because they say yes, it's like, oh, that's, okay. Everyone's kind of secretly hoping they say no.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, because
If you don't know them, that's what you're waiting for, is a no.
There's a guy who proposed at a restaurant, and I was like, please reject him.
Oh.
That would brighten my day so much. I know that's fucked up, but I was
Already?
like, oh, please, yeah.
There was a proposal there.
Yeah.
See, I don't know, but that's a good idea at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
no.
I'm gonna do it at Gunther Tootie's tonight. I'm gonna take her. This is where, maybe if it's where they met, but you know.
Well, it could be worse. I've seen someone try to do that. You know that slingshot ride at like amusement parks?
Yeah.
Seen a dude try to propose like that. Like they're up there, is like, Becky, will you marry me?
Oh, while it's on,
Yeah, while it's
bouncing
going up
on
there,
the rubber
'cause it's
band.
like, I think the guys do it just so it's like, because their adrenaline's going so fast, it's like whatever fear they have about asking her, it's like outweighed by that.
Right. Yeah.
I could kind of imagine like someone proposing them, and they bring the ring on and the wind just like knocks the box out of their hand, it flies away.
I mean, that happens.
Hit me in the face with some of that water on your fingers.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had water on my hands. I'm sorry.
I didn't even know either.
You got a mini gun and you got to spray everyone. Okay. And even then, they're wondering how to stay relevant. These guys, these legacy actors and power players are like, how is Rob Lowe is sitting there with his stupid agent wondering, how am I going to stay relevant?
Did you see over the weekend, okay, this picture of Rob Lowe? He was at the Packers 49ers game and wore this generic NFL hat. One person tweeted, Rob Lowe's favorite player is Roger Goodell.
I mean, you were really famous in the 80s. On the other side of it is like, what's the point of being fucking famous today? Really, I don't know if there's a point.
So dangerous. I know.
How's Rob Lowe? And Rob Lowe, for some reason, him and I don't know if you know my obsession with Ben Affleck being the worst human being that ever lived in the history of Earth.
Really?
Yes. And I have actual reasoning behind that.
I'd like to hear it.
And I swear, I think...
Well, okay, we could...
That might be a tale for another... That's
a
hours of
separate
content.
thing.
But something happened with Ben, and I might get killed for knowing this, that somewhere in the late 90s, Ben and Matt Damon made a deal with the devil.
Harvey Weinstein?
Or him, or who knows? But there was a deal with whoever you want to say the devil of Hollywood is, or was, that Ben could never be... Ben could never be allowed to fail. No matter how much he went kicking and screaming, was whiny.
Geely.
His acting career was kind of laughable by a lot of people, even though he was in some classics, okay? That people made fun of his acting skill. And they thought Matt was always the more talented one of the two. So they tried to rebrand him as this director that was incredible. He directed his first movie, and look, it was Argo, and it was beautiful, wasn't it?
The Town,
Ben.
that was another one.
The Town. And they had this, I did the printing in LA for A Night with Ben, private, like inside the actor's studio, where Ben the director, honoring Ben and what it means to be a director, Argo, and we're gonna have a talk with Ben, and it was this elegant font, you know. It was 1 hour with Ben, and they were rebranding him really hard to be this great. He was going to be this great director, and then all of a sudden, he started pulling stunts about what movies he wanted to direct and not direct. And
yeah, because he was rumored to direct before he was cast as Batman. He was rumored to direct Justice
Batman.
League,
right? And they said, "Well, you'll do a standalone Batman movie, and you can direct and be Batman." And he goes, "I want to be Batman still, but I don't want to direct it." And it's like, we just spent all this time, but they have to keep propping Ben up because either he has leverage in the industry, I don't know what it is.
It's got dirt on somebody.
Ooh, so that's all I'm going to say.
He's got his hands in a lot of baskets. Like him and Kevin Smith are buddy, and
no, but don't they have a? Didn't they have a blood feud? Because
not
Ben
him
didn't call after his heart attack.
No, it wasn't that. It was the blood feud with Kevin Smith was, well, he hates Bruce Willis with a passion, like a lot of people do, but it was him and what's his name? The guy that played Randall in Clerks, Jay Anderson.
Okay.
Or Jeff Anderson. Yeah, they had a feud for a bit there. That's why Clerks 3 never really got off the ground.
Okay. Yeah, he's been in many, like, to go from that brand. How many brands can this guy, you know? Then Daredevil, Ben Affleck, the superhero. Oh no, Ben's a serious actor again. Now he's just your Boston Mark Wahlberg again. Now he's Batman again. All right.
He was the dumb guy in like reindeer games and stuff like that.
Oh, reindeer games. I said, my grandmother one time was like, "What are you watching?" And I said, "It's called Reindeer Games, starring Ben Affleck." And she's like, "I don't know it." And I said, "Don't ask. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to." Did we solve anything today?
Yeah, it felt good to talk about some stuff.
It did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. No one's gonna help us. Like, we are staring at a large challenge. Anything you do, it doesn't matter what you do. I want to work in a jewelry store. Nobody wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
No one. Your parents, maybe. They can't. They can't do it for you, though.
Even then, sometimes they don't because they want you to repeat the same story that they went.
They
through.
don't. There's the strategy's changed. They're not going to know what the strategy is. It's going to look real weird. And I'm telling my dad about crypto, and you have to get just get a couple bars of silver in case we get resetted. This is going to get real hairy. We're going into an asteroid field.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even like conspiratorial. It's just, even if the economy balances out and everything goes hunky-dory, free market again, the pitfalls of the mousetrap are getting better and better and more efficient at keeping you down. There's only a few cheat codes you're going to be able to find, and it's where you put your money. It's that you don't squander it. You've got to have that cushion, and if you get a wad of cash, a few grand or something like that, you might want to put it into some safe havens that are going to grow, because you're going to have to find the balance between, I can't do this job, but I'm surviving.
Yeah.
To, I may not make it, and I have no money, and now I have no resources. So milk the cash, milk the income,
while you
the steady income, while it's here. Don't ever think of anything like, you're gonna get probably pressure about applying your degree to the industry and stuff, and you can dabble with networking online with some people, but the office job is going to go away anyway, even if you did want it, but you're not going to want it. If you end up in an office or some agency and you're doing graphic design for products you don't like or respect, it's going to eat away at your soul forever, and you're going to be like miserable. On a happier note, you already are miles ahead, both of you, than people who do nothing, and they're going to be they're going to be hooked up to the VR and injected with the bugs. Are you going to read it?
Let's see what it says.
Oh shit! Are you right now?
Oh, did you get an email
right
back?
now? Okay, open it.
Okay, I'm waiting to see it. It's loading. It's loading. But
Okay. Brace yourself.
Darn it. God damn it, Verizon.
But yeah, I guess bottom line for me is that I'm kind of doing nothing right now, and I still need to find a way to put my
do wanna invest,
creativeness
I mean,
out there.
I'm scared of credit cards. So.
Read the thing.
Message
I'm
has
dying.
not been downloaded from the server. We're gonna have to head back.
It didn't go through?
No. It I can't get it because I'm
Oh,
not
I
hearing
see.
a signal.
Okay, let's go back. That's a good stopping point.